is CJ Windish with LA Tech Rise. We're here with Bobby Carter from DiversionTV, founder of DiversionTV. We're here at the North Hollywood Skate Park to talk about DiversionTV. What's it all about?
DiversionTV is basically like an internet-based television network. What we do is we license long-form films, and similar to like Hulu.com, we can add like pre-roll advertising to it, and we can deliver it to web, mobile, and connected TVs like Roku, set-top boxes, Boxy, things like that. And also we aggregate like the top action sports content coming from YouTube and Vimeo, and we keep it updated throughout the day, every day. So it becomes like the ultimate like destination for action sports media.
That's awesome. So what kind of action sports do you have?
It's basically like surfing, snowboarding, skateboarding, BMX, wake, FMX, a little bit of bodyboarding. So mostly like the extreme sports you see in like at the X Games and things like that.
That's cool. So what would be like an example long form film? What would that be about?
Usually long form films, they can be either documentaries about like a road trip, like a lot of surfing videos, like they'll go off to like Indonesia or something like that. Or like my friend who's a Red Bull rider, Terry Adams, he has like a documentary about his life as like a professional BMX rider. Then there's films that I've made myself where I've gone around the world like making documentaries about different riders and their culture. Like I might go to Japan or Europe or anywhere, Australia, all different, South America, all different countries, and make films about that.
That's amazing. So I can go on DiversionTV and see like your travels and the travels of surfers and riders.
Yeah, that's
cool.
like the action sports lifestyle right there. You know?
Yeah. Wait, tell me more about that, the action sports lifestyle.
Well, I guess it's different for every person, but you know, some of the common themes in action sports is being able to connect with people around the world with a common interest. Like I'm a BMX rider, I can pretty much go anywhere around the world, and other guys that ride BMX, it's like one big family.
Yeah.
So you got a place to stay, people want to show you around. So like with action sports like skateboarding and surfing, people really get to not only just do their sport, but they also get to explore the world and see different cultures and learn about, you know, where we live on planet Earth, you know?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That is cool. So you said you're a BMX rider. Tell me more about your background and how you got into making action sports cinema.
Well, I've been riding for maybe about 20 years now. And actually that's what got me into filmmaking in the first place. I would go buy these videos. It was VHS tapes back then.
Yeah.
But, and I just wanted to make a video, you know what I mean?
So you're like collecting all the sport,
yeah, videos, you get these videos, you watch them, you get motivated, you're watching your favorite skateboarder or BMX rider, whatever it is, and you're getting motivated to go ride yourself and do these things. But I also got motivated to not only ride, but also make films about it myself. Yeah. And so that's pretty much how it started. I just started making my own videos, and I ended up going to like school, like a university to study it, and then graduate school out here at American Film Institute.
Yeah.
And then I just kept traveling around the world making these films, and eventually the internet started coming into play, and I realized that, okay, the internet's going to be like pretty much the way we're going to distribute video around the planet.
Yep.
And so
no more VHS.
Yeah, no more VHS, no more DVD.
Yep.
It's going to be straight through the internet, and so here we are.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is cool. So you jumped in and said, I need to make the ultimate destination for action sports cinema.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, I started having, you know, DVD sales started going down.
Yep.
You know, once YouTube started coming in, and then at the beginning, I just thought about it for myself. I was like, oh, I'll just put my films on, you know?
Yeah.
Then, like, the idea kind of got a little bit bigger, and I saw that other BMX filmmakers had the same issues. So I was like, oh, I'll just put, like, BMX films on there. Then I started talking to, like, skateboarders and surfing, and I started hearing, like, everyone's having the same issue as far as distribution of video.
Yep.
And while everyone else was thinking about how can we make internet go away, I was trying to think about how can we use it, you know what I mean, going forward, because I know it's not going away, you know.
Yep.
So, and
so
here
you're like
comes
the solution to distribute action sports content for all the producers out there.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to be.
Has there been any unique benefits or challenges to being in LA in particular?
Yeah, there's like pluses and minuses. I guess the plus side is that there's a lot of action sports around in Southern California. It's like the birthplace, basically, of action sports.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like companies and people doing things. I guess the bad side, the downside, is that there are so many things going on in Los Angeles. Not even just action sports, but like all sorts of like youth culture type things, DJs, like clubs,
So
action
lots
sports.
Of competition for
There's
attention.
a lot of stuff's going on. So trying to like create events and things, you're like a drop in the bucket for
So
stuff
how do
going
you
on.
break through that? How do you break through that?
To tell you the truth, I don't really know
Yeah.
at the
figuring it out.
moment.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not really concentrating on offline promotion for the business. It's more online promotion. We kind of dabbled with some offline promotion, not even just in the States, but like overseas too.
Yeah.
But we kind of found out that it's a little bit too far away from the point of action
Yep.
for the consumer to be promoting out there just yet.
Yep.
Hopefully in the future.
Yeah. It's hard for them to get from, oh, I see Diversion TV as a sponsor.
And then going to the
let me
site.
Come watch the long form.
Yeah,
documentaries
exactly.
and The action videos.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe in like a few years, like when it's like going crazy, like just put them up, you know, just like
Yep.
ESPN or anything else like that. But at the moment, as a startup, online promotions are way better because they're already on the computer. Finally, just jump from Facebook to watching this video on DiversionTV.
So social media has been a good channel for you, or what's the primary way online to get people?
There's all different channels for.
Yeah, it's been successful for you.
Yeah. Facebook is really good.
Yep.
I don't use Twitter too much.
Yep.
Not that it can't be useful, but I just decided to focus on Facebook.
Yep.
Facebook's really good because you can put up video links coming back to the site.
Yeah.
People can share those links. So it's really good to like drive traffic to the site and get people interacting and sharing things and getting the word out.
I know for me,
that
it's
way.
like we're friends on Facebook, and it's
Yeah.
like that's the most interesting content.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah?
posts their status updates, and I see some awesome surf video or something.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
know, we're
it's hard
trying to keep
not
it
click.
tight. Yeah, we're trying to keep it tight, you know? So yeah,
I can see
that's,
that working because it's like really visual content.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, social media is like really important as far as promoting.
Tell me a little bit about the experience of building a startup and what the process is like.
Okay. When I started, I really didn't know anything about building a startup. For me, it was just like, I want to do this. Let me just figure out how to do it. And
Yep.
like, it's kind of like an action sports thing. It's like a do-it-yourself, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I want a ramp. I don't know how to build a ramp. I'm just gonna go figure out, build it in my backyard, whatever, and like go from there.
Yep.
So actually, from those lessons, you're gonna find out you're gonna build your first ramp. It'll be all right. There's gonna be some issues with it. You build a second one, the next iteration of the ramp, it's gonna be better, and eventually you're gonna be able to build like awesome ramps with perfect transition. Like everything's like awesome, right? So doing a startup is like really like the same process.
Yep.
You're gonna start with an idea, and then you're gonna have to start making like what I've heard called minimal viable product, but some people say minimal awesome product, I've heard. So you're gonna start with a certain, basically a guess, you know what I mean, of what you think is gonna work in the world. You're trying to find a product market fit. So when you're doing a startup, like that's pretty much what your goal is to do. Find a working business model
Yep.
that has the right product market fit. Some people think that you're just starting it and gonna start making money like right away, like boom, that's what we do. But the real essence of a startup is that you don't know all these different variables and what's gonna happen. So you have to like put out one iteration, and then you're gonna have to either pivot or continue or whatever.
With
one
Diversion
step at a
TV,
time.
did you get to a point where you kind of pivoted?
Yeah, there was like a big pivot actually.
Tell me about it.
The first hypothesis was that you had to, I thought it was going to be a pay-per-view model. So I was like, okay, instead of paying $30 for a DVD, you can pay like $2.99, watch as much as you want for like 2-3 days,
Yep.
or you can subscribe for a monthly fee, have access to the whole library of videos, unlimited.
Yep.
And it made sense, and it actually worked for about a year.
Yeah.
But then there was a big change in the market. And what ended up happening is like YouTube and Vimeo released their HD version, and all of a sudden the brands who used to stay away from YouTube because they thought that the image quality was too grainy, they didn't want to represent their brands in that way, in such a low quality way,
Yeah.
were able to make high quality, awesome looking videos So they started putting out professionally made content online that's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So now the customer had like
Options.
to watch all sorts of stuff for free, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to change it from a pay-per-view model to ad-supported model.
Yep.
And on top of that, a lot of other things came out like iPhone, iPad. They didn't have flash on it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Connected TVs. So we had to put all that kind of technology in too, because people wanted to access the video everywhere now.
Yep.
So we had
you're
to
creating this new destination for action sports, and you've got all this technology changing the way people consume video around you at such a rapid pace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was like a moving target, sort of.
Like
so
every 6 months is different.
Something's new. Yeah. So it's kind of started a little bit settling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to change at all, but it started
where do you see
settling.
the big settling in video
Kind of the
content?
way that YouTube and Vimeo work, as far as the way that filmmakers are using it.
Yep.
You know, it's free. They can distribute it to the whole world, but there's so much stuff on there that the consumer doesn't have time to search through all that to find the good stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of like settling down a little bit, and the quality is already like so good right now. I don't see image quality changing the way that people consume, because before image quality was so low on YouTube that going to a higher quality image changed the game. You know what I mean? Brands jumped in, but if it goes any higher, I mean, it's still how it is pretty much. But the main changer I think coming up is probably going to be the connected TVs and how that's going. You know.
What do you mean connected TVs?
Connected TVs like Roku set-top box, Apple TV, Boxy, all these devices that allow you to connect and watch internet video on your television without a computer.
Yeah.
You know, now you have like Samsung, LG. They have, instead of having the box, it's already built into the television set itself.
Yep.
So that's probably going to be
the web connected TV.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you know? It's like, to me, there's no clear winner in who's become the de facto standard for web TV. How do you pick what to pursue?
I pick it based on what do we need to develop for, how easy is it to develop, how much money is it going to cost to develop it.
So how can we get integrated as quickly as possible?
Yeah, exactly. Which ones have more barrier? Like, each one's different at this point.
So the connected TV makers need to be making platforms that are super easy for content providers to
exactly.
Just get on.
Yeah, exactly. Which might come in the future, I don't know, but
right now it's not quite that easy.
No, each one you have to build from the ground up, dude.
Yeah.
Each one you have to build from the ground up, pretty much.
That's the challenge. That's the way mobile devices are too. You
yeah,
have an app
exactly.
For this, app for that.
Exactly.
All these new technologies are kind of spread out.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, pretty much like as far as like the process of doing a startup, I really got like on a good path when I started reading 4 Steps to the Epiphany by Stephen Gary Blank.
Yep.
Like that really like gave me like a roadmap, and like all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm right here on this map. And you know, it's like customer discovery, customer validation, you know, customer.
So you know where you're at in the process.
Yeah, exactly, for the customer development process of things. And so I would say right now I'm in the customer validation process, like coming towards the end of those cycles right now.
Yep.
And about to move to the next step.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Yeah, because you see all these iterations, you see how the path that you were on, and reiterating and changing and stuff like that. So it's really cool. But yeah, that also taught me a lot about like customer development.
Yeah.
Because basically, a lot of people in the startups, like, you know what you want to build, so you do like product development. So you're building this, I want this feature, and maybe I want to take out this feature and put this in and that, but you haven't really talked.
Right?
Yeah, your vision of like what the product should be, but you haven't really talked to the customers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
So what's been your channel for doing that, to talking to customers and consumers of Diversion TV?
Anything from like social media, get on Facebook, talk to people, go to different events, talk to people.
So like comments on Facebook? And
comments on Facebook, emails,
yeah.
Anything from like my friends looking at it and asking them what they think.
Yep.
Just contacting random people that may have visited the site or whatever, or signed up on the site, and asking them what they do in their normal day. You know, you really have to figure out like, how does your product fit into the normal day of somebody that's going to be your customer?
And are they excited to talk to you, or how's that?
Yeah, they've been like super excited to talk to you. Actually, I think most people are kind of excited to talk to like
The
anybody.
founder, right?
Yeah, the founder of a company or
Yeah.
something, like, because all of a sudden like their input has relevance to
They're influencing the product.
the product that they're using.
Yeah,
So they're
That is
real
pretty cool.
awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome. They really get stoked on being able to like give some input to what they love using. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's awesome. Yeah. So anyone from my friends to random strangers to anything, if somebody just comes up to me and like, dude, I was on your site, like I was like watching it, it was really awesome. Like I'll be like, awesome. And I'll talk to them a little bit more, go a little bit more in depth, ask some questions about, you know, what would they like, or, you know, different behavioral things, different questions I might have.
What's one of the features or changes that have come out of a conversation like that for Diversion TV?
A lot of stuff actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. One of them was pretty much like our, what we call like the lean back. I call it TV mode.
What's
But
that?
it's like pretty much create like a lean back environment for people to watch the videos. And so pretty much you can turn it on, and like Pandora, where it just plays one song after the next, we'll just keep going through whatever your favorite sport is. Like all day you can just sit there and watch
So you
it.
put on Diversion TV and
You can
on the
sit
couch
back
check
and
it out.
yeah, check it out. You know what I mean? We bring the videos to you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of input on that. A lot in terms of like design,
Yep.
and a little bit also trying to like how we organize the sports.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's also kind of been some feedback that we've gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when people come on Diversion TV, are they usually looking for a bunch of sports, or is it like, do they just want one, or how does that work?
It's a lot. There's different customers actually. I have like a few different types of customers. There's the guy that comes back that's a hardcore like skateboarder. All I want to do is watch skateboarding,
Yep.
and boom, let me just go straight to skateboarding. There's a skateboard button, boom. You're watching skate videos all day.
Yep.
Other people, like usually like older guys, they'll come in, they just want to watch some awesome cinema that's about like action sports. They don't care if it's like rock climbing or surfing or skateboarding, whatever. They just want to see something epic.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we have to incorporate that for that type of customer too. You know what I mean? So there's all different types, and so all that kind of stuff influenced how we designed the site.
And this came from conversations with the customer.
Conversation
Customer
with
development.
customers, yeah. And sometimes conversations happen without you really initiating them.
Yeah.
Like somebody might get on, like be talking to me, and I'll be like, yeah, check out the site, blah, blah. Oh yeah, I'm on it right now, looking at it. And they might throw some comments offhand, not necessarily at like giving you like a rundown, but
Yeah.
you're just hearing
Just
them talk about, this talking, you're make notes, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this dude said this, that, and the other thing. That's it, I see how he's going through the site. Dude, okay, next time I do that redesign or something, man, I should change this and that, because I can see like where this is confusing, or
You can hear the thought process.
yeah, I can hear the thought process and hear them going through the site and seeing what they're
Because
doing.
it's hard when you look at it every single day. You don't think about it the same way as somebody
Exactly.
who's never seen it before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like super important. Like a lot of people want to stay stealth all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then just release their product out there.
So
But-
you're not with the stealth model.
No, I'm not with the stealth model at all, dude. No, I used to kind of be,
Yeah.
but
You're like, nobody
Nah.
can know that I'm becoming the action sports destination.
Yeah,
And then you're like, wait
nah.
a second.
no, that's gonna hurt you in the long run.
Yep.
You need to be talking to customers. You need to be getting this information so you can make that product market fit. You know what
Yep.
I mean? So I'm not really down with that whole stealth thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, of course, there's some things that you might want to keep secret.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not showing your product at all until it's done,
It's not the way to do it.
I don't think that's the way to go. You know what I mean? So
You can't get feedback if nobody.
yeah, you can't get any feedback.
right?
So yeah, so you'll end up like wasting a lot of time building stuff that people don't need or want or isn't really meeting their needs. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
so yeah,
So get feedback.
Yeah.
Start iterating.
uh-huh.
Read Steve Blank. Right?
yeah, yeah.
Cool. So, to wrap up, what's the most exciting next thing that's coming up for Diversion TV
Wow.
that you can talk about?
Yeah. Well, you know we're in stealth mode, so I'm not. Well, right now we've been doing a lot of redesigns on the site.
Yeah.
Because I actually started working with a UX designer,
Nice.
like specifically, you know what I mean? And so I have all this data that I've collected like over like the last like year or two, and also like new data like helps a lot. And so
like
we have
analytics data or
analytics,
conversations?
conversations, all of that, you know what I mean? So we're putting it all together, and so we've been doing redesigns on various sections of the site as time goes on. So we just got a new homepage, that's done, and we're moving on to other sections of the site. And
What's it like working with a UX designer? To me, it's like it was all your designs, right? It's your baby.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now
yeah.
all of a sudden you're saying this super important thing I'm going to give to someone new.
Um,
What's that like?
well, it's more of a collaborative thing.
Okay.
So I'm still doing the designing,
Yeah.
but she has like the know-how and like the science behind it and like the psychology behind the way people are using the internet and using websites and things like that. So she's giving me input, you know, it's actually like a two-way thing. She's got to ask me like, well, what are people saying? You know what I mean? And then
You're out there, you're talking to
I'm out there
customers,
talking to the
action sports
customers.
guys,
Yeah.
you're
I'm
always-
looking at my Google Analytics. So I got like analytical data as well as just like conversational data, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just my own, because I'm also an action sports fan
Yeah,
and
you are the
participant. Yeah. So all that mashed together, we go and like start talking about, you know, how should this be laid out, you know, what buttons should be where, you know, she helps like clarify like what actions are like first, second, and third that we want the customer to do.
Yep.
What is the first, second, and third thing that the customer wants to do, and how do we best accommodate both of those for the business and for the customer. And so all that comes into the design. Since I do graphic design, I'm still doing the actual graphic design of it.
Yep.
But she is giving me more input as to different things that will actually help. And it's not always like super graphical in nature. It might be more like, hey, we have like BMX, and then like, why don't we put the number of videos that you actually have in a database next to it?
Yep.
Awesome. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
She thought, sounds good to me, let's put that in.
See if it
Oh,
gets
we
clicks.
got like 8,000 BMX videos.
It's a good number.
Maybe you want to watch them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so yeah, different things like that come in.
So it's not just experience, it's how to direct traffic and information that
Yeah,
makes people wanna come
yeah.
back and
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, and also I'm not that, I don't hold on to my designs
Yeah.
super hard. Like, I'm here to make something that's gonna work for the customer. That's
Yep.
my mission, not to make something that I think is cool art in my, you know, I can make my own site on my own time, make it how I want, and not care about the customer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is for, you know, for the customer. So I don't really hold on to my designs like, okay, this is what I first thought, maybe this will be better to do it this way, whatever, and go like that, you know
Getting
what I
the
mean?
feedback and producing
Yeah.
something that people want.
Yeah, that people want, that suits their needs, you know what I mean? That fits their needs. So yeah, it's cool actually working with a UX designer.
Gives
Yeah,
you
yeah.
insight that you would never have had before.
Yeah.
All right, so to wrap up, 30
Yeah.
seconds, why should people come check out Diversion TV?
It's the best place for action sports cinema, whether you want BMX, surf, snowboarding, FMX, any kind of like action sport. We pretty much have it on the site. You can watch it anywhere, mobile, web, connected TV. We got it, so come and get stoked.
Awesome. Thanks for coming by, Bobby.
Shit, dude, that was awesome.